Okay, guys, welcome back to Crusader Kings 2. This is a new playthrough. This is my third playthrough of the game. First one was my aborted, well, not aborted, but my Irish campaign that unfortunately did not get recorded. My second one was my Scottish campaign, which has been uploaded in its entirety by this point. And now for the third campaign, I want to do something a little bit different. So we're moving down here into Africa, and we are going to be the petty kingdom of Makuria, and we're going to be them for a very good reason. That's because they occupy the basic core of the ancient kingdom of Nubia. The kingdom of Nubia as it existed uh, long before the starting date of this game, because I still am working from a setup with this game where I don't have. I think the only DLC I have is Horse Lords because it was discounted at the time. So I don't have any of the starts other than the 1066 start. So we're here at the Stamford Bridge start. So that means that you have the Fatimid Caliphate up here in the north, the Shias occupying Egypt, and we have this area with Makuria and Nobatia, and then the other stuff down here, the Abyssinians or Ethiopians down here in the southeast. But we're going to do some interesting things here. First off, we're going to try to reference ancient Nubia wherever possible. Now, I left Makuria, the name Makuria, intact because the only other name I could really give to this place at this time is like Upper Nubia, because these three provinces would be Upper Nubia. But that would mean that that would be best if I didn't actually have parts of Lower Nubia, which I do. Lower Nubia would be these two counties here, and potentially, I say potentially because historically the Nubian kingdom was never active that much on the coast. We've got our friends over here in Idhab, and of course the the guys who are stuck in the Nubian desert. Going into the counties, you can see I've changed the county down here to be the county of Merowe for the ancient city of Merowe. I've changed this county to the county of Kawa for the ancient city of Kawa, even though Kawa is already is one of the holdings here. Changed that to Buhin to reflect the second cataract fortress city that used to be here, and then Faras, one of the trade towns, although probably known by a different name back then, up here in the north. And as the king of Nubia, or as the petty king of Makuria, with all these Nubian ties, our first job is going to be to create the kingdom of Nubia, for which we only need to conquer 3 counties. And historically, there's a couple of ways we could go about this. Certainly, we could grab Nubia, the desert province here, and Idab. We could. The other 2 places we could go historically would be Alodia down here. The top 2 provinces of Alodia are kind of awkwardly crafted, but they would reflect the southernmost boundaries of the old kingdom of Nubia, except for Sennar here. Sennar kind of just stretches. So we would have an interesting looking Nubia if we went that way. But, as far as game mechanics, the counties that are these are all independent counties over here, so we could essentially try to pick these off, even if they're not historical best fits, because the first job we absolutely need to get the Kingdom of Nubia founded. And I've decided to make that not necessarily the easiest thing for me to do. because this is my character. His name is John the Presbyter, after the mythical leader, originally thought to be Indian. But like there was a great Indian Christian kingdom, and they thought maybe he was Mongolian. Then they slowly moved his origin around until he ended up in Ethiopia. And they believed that maybe he was one of these great Ethiopian kings, and he's never traditionally been Catholic. He's always been Nestorian, or in this case, Ethiopian Orthodox. But we're going to make him Catholic for the sake of making it more interesting, and we're going to make him Catholic for the sake of being forced to convert our kingdom as much as possible to what we've decided is going to be the one true faith. I don't have the Charlemagne DLC, so the only imperial title that I have, or the easiest imperial title for me to sort of claim, will be the one in Abyssinia down here. So we'll be looking to do that. We'll also be looking to go up and conquer northward to take over elements of the old, or to take over Egypt, just as the Nubians did way back in the 700s BC. And then once we've done that, I think that Jerusalem is a reasonable target. Maybe we'll recreate the old Egyptian empire as it would have existed, in sort of the memory of the early Nubians. Or maybe we'll turn west and become the king of Africa, because that's just sort of an interesting spin to put on it. But anyway, so that's going to be our challenge. We're going to have some issues here with it in court at first, because we're going to have a bunch of characters who don't match our we're going to have a bunch of characters who don't really match our religion. Okay, we're going to get some tax raising going on. Not going to send my spy master anywhere yet, because, well, actually, send him to Cairo, because I might end up recalling him almost immediately. And we're not going to give the court chaplain anything to do yet, because he does not match our faith. He is currently a Coptic. So we need to raise our piety enough to bring in a priest that we can replace him with, who will then start converting people to Catholicism. Okay, now our chancellor. What we need to do is, up here, we have a vassal who's also an 8-year-old boy. And that vassal is sitting on half of the Duchy of Nobatia, which means if we can just take one more county of Nobatia, we can create that duchy title. Might take some money, but so our natural target's going to be either Nubia or Idab. Now, if you look at their relative troop strengths, Idab has almost 1,000 men. Nubia has a little bit less. So I'm thinking that even though Nubia is probably the less interesting territory, Idab is on the coast, Nubia is not. The desert territory of Nubia is probably where we want to go first. Then, once we have that, we can do a de jure claim on the other county, depending on the one that we don't go to. I take it back. I think we need to target IDAB first, and the reason for that is because I don't want the Fatimids coming down into our territory. And given that they can, do holy wars against us from the very beginning of the game, that seems like a likely scenario. So I actually may target these guys first. And the only way to do that that's available to me right at the moment is the old claim machine. So I'm going to go send the mayor over there. So that takes care of everybody in our court. Okay, I've got 4 commanders. They're not very good. Of course, this guy is my bishop. Okay. Now I'm going to hold off on designated regent because I might want to put my wife there, or high almoner. And we don't really want to play with the bishops because we're going to try to get rid of those guys over time. All right, but I do want to get my chancellor on my good side, so I'm going to make him master of the hunt. And I'm going to make one of my new commanders master of the horse. I'm going to hold out on these things just for the moment. All right. Court chaplain's going to remain idle. Need to pick an ambition. Naturally enough, need to get married. Okay. Let's go do that. And she's 35. Okay, let's not go there. Thrifty clerk. That's not. Charismatic negotiator. That's nice. And she would not be a intrigue character. She's ambitious. I think here. Fortunately, we've got a fair amount of stewardship, so we don't need to look necessarily in that direction. Proud. Patient. Now we want somebody who we can start having babies with right away. So I'm going to go ahead and marry the Apulian woman. And hope that that works. And then our next job is we need our piety to get up so we can bring in a priest, start doing the other things that we need to be doing here in the kingdom. Got about 2,000 men right now. Getting married hopefully will help that. So let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so we can get 21 gold or we can get 25 prestige. I'd rather have the prestige. Okay, so we have an Italian, well, let's say we have an Italian wife. She's from Apulia, which is in Italy, but she's Norman because the Normans were in control of that area. Okay, next thing. Okay, that's going to take a while. That's also going to take a while. This is more important in the short term. Yay, I have a pact with Robert de Houtville. Okay. So now I have a second Catholic in the court, which is good because I kind of need that. See how we're doing here. Okay. Get a convert there. That'd be good. Anybody else want to convert? He doesn't. Doesn't like me enough. I guarantee you that this guy won't do it. Okay, I now have 25 piety at the moment. Is that enough to get me my priest? Yes, it is. All right. So now let's go over and okay. Cupbearer. Lazarus. Regent. Okay. So I'm going to fire you. Now, tell me about my new friend here. Ah, my new friend is Catholic. Good. Time to go converting. Okay. So that takes care of that. The only other thing I'd like to do is I would really like to get this kid over here. Um, Now, I think I've done something sneaky here. That's the guy we asked to convert. And now I've sent him the kid to be his guardian. Or okay. So maybe he'll convert the kid, or maybe not. We'll just have to see. Until our chancellor comes through over here, there's not much we can really do. Well, fortunately, because of the situation, I have access to basically my entire levy. So, okay. Now, is there anything else I want to do before I start speeding the clock up? Okay, well, I got rid of the wound. All right. So we are doing pretty good here. Other than the fact that our kingdom is, our religion doesn't match our kingdom at all. And we can start, I think at this point, we can start speeding up the clock a little bit, handling things that way. Now, oh, Cairo's running into problems, but they are not at war with anybody. Also, one of the problems, or one of the things about the early game is, there are no claimants because nobody's lived long enough to die, particularly in these regions that are kind of randomly generated. I'm not even sure who the oldest guy around here is. Like, he might be at 44. That's not. Okay. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about that. Where's my steward? Yeah. Oh, you're stuck until the 17th of March. Well, that's fantastic. I really didn't want a rebellion to be the first war that I had to fight here, guys. Okay. Got time sped up to 2 now. Just waiting for March. So I really don't need to revolt on the Nile. Not this early. 17th March. Okay. Get the heck out of there. Okay. Let's go back to the normal map color here. Okay, so you got a 44-year-old guy. His heir is a 19-year-old guy, so that's it's understandable. He's 29, so he's probably going to be here for a little while. Whew. Holdings are expensive right at the moment. Of course, I knew that would be the case. Aha! It's summer fair time. An opportunity for us to make nice with the peasants, since they're evidently not happy with us. It's looking to me like it's going to be the most boring summer fair ever. I mean, did the game even recognize that I hit that button? It must have, because it's not in the list. Yes, it was great fun while it lasted. Okay. Nothing exciting there. How's my piety doing? Yeah, that's right, because I have no buildings supporting it. I'm not really sure what the best way to do that is. I mean, actually, I think the answer is to sack all the bishops and replace them with priests. Problem being that or sack all the Miaphysite bishops and replace them with Catholic bishops. Problem being that I simply don't have enough piety to do that right at the moment. Okay. You interested in converting? No. Oh, what is this? Who are we at war at? Okay. Use it. All right. Looks to me that the Shia are going to war with somebody else. And that somebody else would be the Kermani invasion of Arabia, of the Rashid Caliphate. That's a, no, that can't be the. Oh, they're being invaded by the Yemenis. Okay. Okay. 6,000 troops. They're in debt. I wonder. I mean, Aswan is right there. Granted, it doesn't really get us anything. I'll tell you what, we'll see how their war goes, but we're going to go ahead and launch our own war against dude over here. All right, my African troops. Let us go and unite. Because I'm pretty sure he's going to attack, pretty sure he'll attack Faras. It takes us a while to get sorted out here. That'll give us time to unify in the desert province of Nubia. Okay, I know I'm like the third best commander I've got, which is kind of sad because my command stat's like 10. But I need you to stay home and plunk your wife. Kind of more important right at the moment. Okay. Now, Raphael, got Georgios. Rather have Gabriel Foros, rather have Solomon. All right, guys, go and attack and Do stuff. Make me proud. No idea what this guy's doing. I think these two counties have gone to war. Does bring a good point. My chancellor doesn't need to be there at the moment. Okay, so now now we're in battle. You have the numerical advantage, and I've invested in 2 decent commanders. So we should have the military skill advantage. Hey, we won the Battle of Kasser Ibrim. Kasser Ibrim, another village, trading village located in the northern part of Nubia, guys. Get your butt over to the main deal here. You need to go and oh my God, what exactly is going on here? Abyssinian Holy War for Afar. Okay, so a bunch of the Miaphysites have decided to attack Far, which is oh good. Bishop Chrysanthos of Kerma has converted to the Catholic Church. Okay. That means that now since he's running the church, he can take over trying to convert the people of Kawa for the moment. And I can start moving my guy over here and converting the people of Napata. Okay. I have no idea where these 712 guys are going to go. But we are in siege mode, so I'm probably going to bump things up to 3. How's Cairo doing? They're still in debt. And Yemen isn't particularly strong, but okay. Yes, you would make a better marshal, but you would also make a better commander. Wait, what's going on here? There are 4,000 men. Oh, this must be the Holy War for Afar. Where is... Holy cow, what's going on? That's not what I wanted. Occupied by Aksum. Occupied by Berbera. Okay. So he gets a special tithe and... Oh good, shipbuilding. That's exciting. Not exactly what I wanted. If I can get low centralization, that'll give me a little bit more land I can hold, which means, yeah, I'm still thinking that the first thing that we need to do is unify Nubia. This is really attractive, the idea of attacking them while they're fighting the Yemenis. We're going to speed up time a little bit here. Okay. Steward, can you move? Because you're kind of causing problems for me. How long are you stuck here? 31st November or October? Okay. We have converted the people to Catholicism, so that's good for us. Now I'm just waiting for that 30th of October so I can move my guy to Makuria, or sorry, Merowe. And start converting over here. Okay, he's already converted the people of Merowe. That's great. I'm not exactly sure how you did that so quickly, but whatever. Unfortunately, you're stuck there. You're stuck there converting the population until like next year. 6th of May. Okay, you're only there for 6 months. Well, that's not good. The good news is that the the army of Idab has no illusions about what they can do against our army. They're just sitting here in the desert province of Nubia, just hanging out. Okay, so we have conquered Idab. So now we have an outlet onto the coast. Good for us. So that shipbuilding thing that we invested in actually makes slightly more sense now. In fact, one of the things we're going to be focusing on when we campaign is trying to control coastal areas, particularly down here near the Gulf of Aden, because one of the things that happened to the historical kingdom of Nubia is they got shut out of being the middlemen in the Indian trade by the Ethiopians because they were closer to the trade routes here on the coast, particularly from the port of Adalis. So we're going to be definitely so we are definitely going to be trying to look out for here. Let's slow down time for a bit, grab our bearings. So IDOB, let's see here. Up here we've got okay. Well, we'll just have to work with it. Now, my curiosity here, I know what this is. This is the Duchy of Nobatia, which I kind of like the elephant symbol for. Okay, we need 100 more gold pieces. All right, so what does that mean for our war effort here? Okay, he's down to just 4,000 men. Oh, there's a Fatimid League independence war. That must have just started. And the Kermans are having some success. I think it's time for us to join the party and try to take a piece out of the Fatimid Empire while we are waiting for enough money to become the Duke of Nobatia. Because once we become the Duke of Nobatia, then we can go after the desert county of Nubia on our own, and then we just need one more county. And it's still too early for claimants on a lot of this stuff. And unfortunately, Suakin is... Yeah, everybody jumped on... It's got to be the... Where is Afar? Talk to me, game. I can't... It's too dark. Can't see. Jeez. What are we looking at? Alright, so I can raise 2.15 men. I've got the Fatimid revolt here, which is going to cause problems. I've got the Rasids down here, who, if they go after Mecca, that's going to be a deal. I think I should go ahead and... I think we need to go ahead and press north, and just hope that every Muslim and their brother doesn't jump on us. So let's see what happens here. Okay, I don't want Arabia. I don't want Medina. Jeez. Okay, guys. Here we go again. Okay, you can't move until the 6th of May. So let's 5. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, I really, Mr. Chancellor, I need you to go. I need to fabricate claims on something. And I think I'm going to send you down the Blue Nile. Okay, I've now converted the people of Kawa to the Catholic faith. Now, this has been a little bit easier than I thought it would be. All right, guys. Hey, what happened to my other commander? Okay, well, we'll just leave the 2 of you in there for right now. Okay, now he's 9th, so we can speed up time again. Well, that's fine. Okay, You know, so far the conversion of Nubia to Catholicism has been going fairly well. I'm not. Love the fact that we can push a claim for the Duchy of Apulia. To give you an idea of how silly an idea that is, let me show you where Apulia is. Here it is. Over here. Okay, so we got a Byzantine revolt, a Fatimid revolt, a Seljuk revolt. Holy cow. All right, he converted a mayor. Oh, looks like England survived. So in 3 games, I have never seen England fall to the Normans. Okay, this is not good, game. Well, that's always good. Huh. Just Fatimid rebels, just right in the middle of Fatimid territory. Okay, I see Alexandrians. I don't know if they were going to try to take care of the rebels. Okay, I'm kind of concerned by the fact that we're not getting pregnant here. Okay, so January, right. Sieging, converting. Oh, wow. This guy's army's up to 7,000. I wonder if that's the result of hiring mercenaries. No, I don't have any gold for mercenaries, so not really an option for me at the moment. Oh, good. I'm not sick. Let's go see what's going down here in the... I'm pretty sure that they declared war on... Oh, God. Okay, anti-pope's bad. Oh, well, that's a relief. Let's hope this is enough men to actually besiege anything. Not really, yeah, kind of got caught off guard by that sneak attack. It's like there's still Fatimid troops operating up here. Okay, I need to find something I can besiege. Okay, well, his name's not going to be Michael Kuda, because again, every time... All right, so you've got a son. Um, yeah, but okay, well, can't besiege this either. This is sort of a bizarre war I've gotten myself into. All right, the next Oh, really? I got all the... That ticks me off. $1,400 defenders. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't raise them again at the moment. I'm not really sure. They get 83 men from Buhin, but not really. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, this war has taken an interesting turn here. Whoa. It's going to take an even more interesting turn. Okay, did I miss something here? All right, well, look, we're going to try to siege through Bahariya. This is the Oasis territories. And I'm gonna have to call this, geez, sooner rather than later. So it's been a pretty long first episode. With lots of stuff that's happened. We've got a kid. We took the coastal territory of Idal. The Fatimid Caliphate decided to make war on itself, so I decided to make war on them, which has not yet proven to be a fruitful decision. It probably has been something of a distraction from what we should be doing 8 years in. But why don't we take a look at the okay. Yeah, all kinds of stuff going on. Scotland's attacking Norway and Orkney. Oh no! My chancellor died. Okay, that's not good. Oh, the new mayor of Idab. Apparently our guy. We need him to go down to... Okay, we don't need to fabricate claims on Nubia. Send him down to Kassala. So we had the last guy hanging out. So I need a new master of the hunt and a new regent. Okay. Well, we need to make nice with Count Dawood, so put him in charge of that, and then well, no, there's not exactly... I mean, he's got good diplomacy and good... Oh, he's my steward. Fair enough. He is also now my regent. And no, I'm not going to imprison my court chaplain, even though he's evidently been up to things court chaplains should not be up to. Shit. Okay, I see him. Question is... Oh, that's a risk. That is a big risk. Okay, he's targeting Aswan. Do I think he's going to continue to target Aswan? Okay, I now have enough claims to successfully grab the kingdom of Nubia. issue is, okay, good. So he is going to siege out that area. And since my new chancellor now has, oh, he's stuck there until the 11th of June. Oh, this is disappointing because he's losing his fight against the Yemenis. Basically, he's decided that he would rather do that. He'd rather lose his fight to the Yemenis than lose his lands to me. Okay, guys, I think we have to give up the ghost on this war against the Fatimids and focus on things that are a little bit more important to what we're trying to do. So, with that war over, let's focus on the next one, and this war will be the last thing we do this turn, I believe. Okay, now there's a other holy war going on. He's losing that war. Losing that war. He's hostile to a bunch of people. Okay, but yeah, evidently found the time to focus on us. All right, and 1st of March, we're going to declare war on the little territory of Kassala down here. Okay, no, we can't declare war on him because he's defending against heathens. You're defending against heathens too. You know what? Forget the defending against heathens thing. All right, everybody meet up at Merowe, and we're going to march south. Okay, this holy war can make things interesting. So there are a lot of troops running around up here. Like, see, we're doing this mess again, where we only pick one military commander. Tell you what, the Axumites end up in a lot of messes. Ooh, Abyssinia. Wait, no, this is sort of traditional for them. They also have this one territory on the coast. Okay, well, that was successful. All right, that gives us one more county closer to Chancellor. You don't need to be here. Don't you go make friends with like the only vassal we have? All right, so I now control the. You know, I'm pretty sure I have this right. I'm pretty sure this is the Blue Nile here. Otherwise, they've misplaced Napata. This is Khartoum, I believe. Oh well. All right, and then I think we've got time for one more war because Nubia, as we know, is, although I may not have enough piety to do that. So I tell you what, we'll hold off on that until next episode. But I will see you then. Take care.